Hi everyone, Michelle here with Divine Family, and welcome. Get your drinks and find a comfortable spot. Let's sit down and talk for a while. Today I want to talk on acceptance. The acceptance of us. The acceptance of you. Acceptance. Acceptance, like the breakdown of it, it's like the willingness to tolerate a difficult or unpleasant situation. That's where the first step comes in when our addictions. We admit that we are powerless over whatever we chose to control us, right? And then the second part of the first step is that our lives became unmanageable. So in that time of our unmanageable life that took place, it was the choices we made in our addictions. So there's choices that we made in our addictions that really didn't vibe too good then, and it's still not feeling too good today. Sometimes we have to clear it up, and work it through. But first off and foremost, you have to accept it because you already did it. Acceptance in your choices, in your actions of that choice. And maybe at that time it might have been a better choice for you to make, and now further down the line you're starting to get more clarity in your life. You're starting to see more. Life is opening up to you more now that you're getting clean. The fog is starting to lift from you from the addiction or from partaking in that lifestyle, and now you're not there participating in it anymore. So today we're going to talk on acceptance and the choices that we made through our addiction after we admit that we are powerless. Like, you already did it. Things are coming up because you clearing out your past life, or so to speak, cleaning up your back porch, going through the old boxes, working things out that may have accumulated over the years of choices and decisions we made during our addictions. And once you get clean and you start walking the path of the 12 steps, and just as in reassurance, it gets better always, I promise. It gets easier, things start to fall away. There's things that, things will come back. If it was yours and you loved it so much, and at that time you had no choice but to let it go, if it was yours, it will definitely come back to you. To you. We, when we admit that our lives have become powerless, at that moment that we made that choice, we were powerless. It was almost like our hands was tied. We had no choice at that moment to make the choice that you would have probably made a different choice. Besides the actions that follow the actions, if you understand what I'm saying. If not, please comment. be free to collaborate on whatever questions you may have. You know, the reason more of us are not spiritually aware people is that we often don't, or we won't accept what is happening, right? Acceptance is a flow of consciousness that continually moves on to the next thing. So, like I said, action for action is action, you know. Sometimes, you know, in our addictions, we say, you know, sometimes our word can be as good as gold. Sometimes we just say what the other person wants to hear so we can get what we are seeking at that moment. And consciously, you know that you're doing it. But consciously, you know, I'm not here to put a damper on everything, you know. It is a deep thing of acceptance, and once you let everything fall, and then you take a gander around, you look at the people in your world, or the children in your life, or the man that you have, or the wife that you have, or there's a lot of emotions behind the action, and it's okay. It's not like God said, let's just zap and make that happen if you couldn't handle it. You know, God only gives us so much what we can handle. No more than that, you know. So, like, how strong are you? You know, are you the Sun card? Are you the strength? Do you have the courage to continue on into a straight life and maintain the new person that you're becoming, right? So as you're maintaining and coming forth and moving forward into your life, you know, accept whatever comes your way. And don't grumble against anything that happens to you. You know, or if old things but choices that you made in your past are still there, then that may very well still need to be handled. And it's always better to handle the most important situations in your life sober, because that is your true authentic self. When you're medicating, you're suppressing who you truly are. If it happens, it happens. You know. Go on about your business and keep flowing. You cannot control circumstances from the outside. So instead of resisting the pain or failure and defending against it, you can embrace and encompass your pain and your failures, fully accepting them so that they become a part of you. You know, acceptance. You know, that's a big word that flies around the rooms. You know, I remember when I was sitting in my chair, listening and sharing my feelings at that moment. I learned more about acceptance, because not only did I pick the word for the topic of the day, sometimes somebody else did too. And it was a well-needed too, you know. So let's go from there, right? Here are 2 things to watch out for next time you have preconceived notions about how you want things to be, and then reality represents you in with something very different. Okay. 1, if you hold on to your desire, you create a mental and emotional tension between your desire and reality. The distance between two will be connected by a stream of negative emotions. Alternatively, if you choose to accept reality, all the energy that you would have been spinning around in negativity can be invested in figuring out how to make the best of your situation. Right? Excuse me. Like, as an example of the bride described, no amount of wishful thinking or attachment to a desired outcome makes it any more probable than it is. Consider only truly viable alternatives. If there is a 70% chance of rain, attaching yourself to the idea of sunshine merely sets you up for unhappiness and blinds you from seeing, appreciating, and investing in the real options that are available to you. So, for many of us, our first impulse is to resist something that we do not like that comes our way. Acceptance requires overriding this impulse and choosing to breathe into and through the experience. Trust that it has value that is for you and not against you. The truth of the matter is that resistance prolongs the negative experience. Okay, I'm going to say that again. The truth of the matter is that resistance prolongs the negative experience, and acceptance allows for the possibility of change, of changing our experiences by changing our attitudes. Now, like, I'm a strong believer in, no matter whatever negative forces comes against us as addicts into our addiction, when we was in our addiction, we have a tendency to deal with acceptance, right? Especially like, oh no, not me, da 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 da. Accept it in yourself. You don't have to go to anybody to be embarrassed about whatever choices you made or anything like that. Go to yourself and forgive yourself. Tell yourself you're sorry and start loving yourself. Let's see, any more focus on resistance to the presence, right? There's a good one here, excuse me. You're in the present. Situations come up. And you're like, oh no, not me. No. And avoid it. You're resisting and you're wasting your energy on the resistance of the situation. Find the solution in the situation and move on from the situation. Called acceptance. You accept it. You forgave yourself. You showed yourself kindness and love, that you wasn't going to give your energy out there to people that don't deserve it, or to a situation that doesn't deserve you to empty your energy tank out. There are the vampire energy suckers out there that steal your energy. Don't let them do it. Find a way to work it through. Focusing on the past or the future or wanting things to be different than they are. We open to what is true in the moment. This absence of againstness allows us to engage our reality in such a way that we can learn from it and strengthen our ability to function in the world. It's pretty cool. And I shuffled the cards. I didn't peep them out yet. So I do things differently. I just work accordingly with whenever the angels or whatever ancestors here. I let them guide me. Whomever resonates with the reading, it's your ancestor that guided me, and they're pretty strong. It was like a grandmother, impulsive feeling, like a grandma. So, OCD set in. I'm sorry. Hi, everybody. This is Michelle. The cards are already set up and shuffled and ready to go. I did not see them, like as I said before. This card right here is Rider Waite Tarot, and it's the card that represents of who you are today. And we will flip that one last. So stick around to the end of the meeting so you can see. Let's start with our angel and elements. So Archangel Metatron. Metatron's a pretty cool angel. He understands mankind. A leap of faith. Follow your dreams, unexpected opportunities. There's opportunities for you to accept and move on, like flow. Just keep going with the flow, because whatever situation here is going to solve and work itself out as you go with the flow. Don't turn your energy over into anger. Stay in the flow, and you will have unexpected opportunities. And he's a 0. The beginning of a new path. Like your tower moment already came through. Tower moments. The final outcome of old addictions, old habits, old lifestyles, old people, places, and things, And then the 3 of Earth came out, so over here it's a 0, and here's the 3. So you're on your path. Like, this path has been going on for a minute. You've been emotionally distraughted with this emotion of the acceptance of the actions that you were put in place to have to endure, right? The power of creativity, recognition for a very high quality work, and be a team player. See how that, and transformation of the butterfly, transform yourself. And then it's the Knight of Earth. Loyalty, dedicated, honorable, and kind. Time to buckle down and get things done. Honor your commitments. A guardian angel. And there he is, Archangel Metatron. He is your guardian. He's in your corner. Look him up, Archangel Metatron. All through, you read what you could call him out. There's a prayer to call him, to antagonize him, to initiate him, his energy to come towards you and to be with you. And this is our guidance. And the elders came out. So that's like where I was feeling like a grandmother type feeling. So that explains why I was feeling that. It says, move beyond ancestral patterns. It means like clean up the old ways of the families, like wake up. Recognize the spirituality of the world today. Light your candle, white candle of pure intent, for truth and honesty to come through, so we can grow individually into a spiritual form and pattern, like break the old contracts, finalize the old contracts. Yeah, I know it. Let me start from the beginning. When we become spirit, we sit down with Father God, and we come up with an agreement and a contract, sort of say, to come down here as human form and experience a human experience. And we already know then what we're going to do here. So that's so much, a little bit more of like the higher self, how to kind of think about it in that form. And you already know, but yet the veil of forgetfulness is put on us at birth before we hit this world. So as we get older, certain things start happening to us, and mentally and spiritually we grow. After we've been out there in society and we've been beat down, abused, neglected, not only by people but by ourselves, and we medicated ourselves. So at that time, when you first picked up that substance to medicate, you kind of like your maturity level kind of got froze in time a little bit. So now that you're coming clean mentally, emotions, stuff like that are all coming forth abundantly, I might add. I've been there. And it's overwhelming sometimes. And sometimes we have to hermit ourselves, sit down, meditate, listen to the quietness. There's answers there, right? So, and then over here in the insights, we got ice. The cave. Cave could be either good or bad, right? And the butterfly. And the butterfly. I just had a reading on this, and these two cards came out. I think it was a candle with the other set, and ice came out with this set. So you're already into your transformation. You was in the darkness. You finally gave up. Like, this is your addiction. That's where I'm getting it from the cave. And you were in there for how many years, right? And then you came out. Now you transformed. And this is the ice. And let me see. We're going to set that right there, since that's the... Going to the old book. I should know this, but I don't remember all of them sometimes. Let's see. HI check. 71. Yeah, stillness, crystal clarity, frozen emotions, and brittleness. Let's see. If you have picked the ice card, see if you are frozen in any part of your life. Is there something that needs thawing inside, or do you need the power of ice to cool and soothe something recently burned? As an element, ice represents not only a calm environment of stillness, but also crystal clarity. There is no motion to fool us into thinking something is what it is not. Things are as they appear all the way through. Ice symbolizes the clarity of seeing and thinking without the clouding of passion, and it helps us avoid decisions made in the heat of the moment. Ice is also a cooling element. It symbolizes the ability to soothe and to heal, especially if you have been burned or have overheated in life. When passions run high and cooling may be necessary, ice is what is called for. However, with too much ice, we become stoked and indifferent to pleasure or pain. Like we become numb, right? So, I don't know. I think you should thaw yourself out and work through your emotions. A little bit opening of like a cave, you know. Some of it's already starting to melt away. You know, emotions are high. And the transformation, you already came through your transforming, right? Or you wouldn't be here listening to me right now. You're open to new suggestions in your life. You're tired of the same old shit. Tired of it. You know, stuff keeps coming up time and time again. And you're just tired of the bull. You know, cut it away. People, places, and things. And start putting yourself together. This is our door affirmations, and it is the Odyssey. Take in the beauty of country lands. Go out into the country and chill. And botany, explore the wonder life of gypsy traveler's Odyssey. Go on vacation. Go out into the woods. Get in touch with Mother Nature. Chill. Relax. So, with that being said, these are the tarot cards. These are the Rider Whites. And we're going to see. Usually it would be past, present, and future, but 2 came out on the end and you got a free card. So, let's bring out the cards and see what they mean. Your first one is the 4 of Cups. When you see this card, look at the cups being offered. When you focus on the cups that are empty, you could get stuck in a feeling of loss. The good news is that your guides are here to give you more. You just have to notice what is right in front of you. Into feelings of loss. Look at what's in front of you, right? And the second card that came up was the 4 of Swords. Sometimes the ability to rest seems like a luxury. Make sure you're indulging in the fine art of self-care. Yoga, meditation, walks, reading. Do whatever nourishes you. This is the time that calls for a battery recharge. You can do more when you've taken a moment to do less. Just rest, relax. Enjoy your life right now, today, at this point. Tomorrow will take care of itself, and yesterday was already here. And that's advice for somebody. The third card that came out was Judgment Arcana. And it says you're approaching a significant moment in your life, which may come with bales of major life happenings, or it may be quite rise to the next great thing. Celebrate transcending and enjoying the ride. Next stop will be the beginning of your new stairway upward. Father Spirit, I heard your cries. He's working on it. It's not in your favor. It's in your favorability, but it's not. It's coming. It's coming in time. In time. And this card came out with this card. So let's see what it says. The Nine of Cups. And the Nine of Cups. Count your blessings today. Many good things flow your way. Just sit back and take it all. Take in all the amazing things that are manifesting. You can indulge a bit, but don't overdo it. You can lead to an unfortunate headache tomorrow. Look for happy outcomes. Make a wish and savor the results. So, Judgment. Major life happenings, acceptance with these major changes, because some things that we ignored during our use in our addictive ways, we've ignored them. And Nine of Cups is, acceptance, moving forward. Accept. Move forward. Don't cause that headache for yourself or worry or anxiety of any kind. Take a deep breath. Hold it for 10. And blow it out your mouth. Breathe in the nose and out your mouth. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And blow it out. And release that energy. Because then that'll make room for clearer energy to come forth to help you solve the situation or melt the feeling, right? And this was an extra card that just popped out. Well, look who showed up. Look who came out. He don't come out much, but look at him. Never hesitate to take time for yourself. See those words? Never hesitate. Take time for yourself. A call for a needed retreat must be answered. Explore your physical world. If you can't wander into a deep green willwood, look for a park or even out your window. Take time to engage with your inner self. Put everything else on pause so you can recharge. Sit down. Go to a quiet space where the kids ain't going to bust in, or your husband ain't going to come, or your wife. And sit somewhere quiet, maybe on the back porch, next to the woods, or where you have serenity in your life. Go to that spot. And sit there and be quiet. And just shut your eyes and meditate. Just meditate on things in your life. And the answers will come to you to how to solve, conquer, or to move on from. Right? Some things can come back. But you've got to be willing to accept. Okay, here we go. God, grant me the serenity to accept the changes. Wait. I haven't said it for a minute. God, grant me the serenity to accept Sorry about that. I should know this. Okay, it says, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. So there's like a three-parter to that prayer, right? Even though it comes from a greater prayer. Look it up. It's beautiful. And you're on the second part. Accept the things you cannot change, or it'll do nothing but make you miserable and keep you in that funk of feeling, you know. Let's see. Which oracles? Well, we're going to get them, but who wants to come out for? Oh, let's do this one. Surrender. And due to the fact that we are addicts and stuff like that, I ask these cards to come forth and to show the collective. Oh, yeah? Okay. And to guide us into the surrendering, into the part of surrendering, the lessons of surrendering. What do we need to do for today of surrendering? Is there anything else? No. So your card for today is surrender to the wisdom of your body. Listen to your body's messages about a person or a situation. If you feel physically drained or uncomfortable, be cautious. If you are energized and happy, move forward. Just like I was saying, this card. Do not let situations or people or things or places steal your energy. If you're uncomfortable, be cautious, right? If you're uncomfortable, leave. You know, if you're happy, move forward into the feeling of moving happy. Because our energy of happiness resonates all over the world. It feeds into Mother Earth. It's needed all over the world instead of this drum life. I'm going to put her right there. Surrender. It's calling me back. It wasn't coming out. Okay. One more card, they say. That card wanted to come out too, so I guess we're getting two of them. Okay, this one is the one that popped out. Oh boy, surrender to unhealthy relationships. Let go of relationships that don't serve you, including unavailable or toxic people. You deserve to be treasured by others and to be surrounded by positive people. Change your people, places, and things. If there's somebody that you just still deal with in your past, from your past, you gotta let that shit go. Including unavailable or toxic people. They say they're your friend, but they're always unavailable. Or toxic people. Abusive relationship. Abusive friendship. Family. You have to separate yourself. You know, if it's a relationship, separate yourself, seek the help that you need, and move on. That's not good. It's not good. And that's why they asked me to pull this card too. Surrender to resentments. Holding on to resentments only poisons you. Try to forgive others for their shortcomings and keep moving forward toward positive situations in your life. Okay. The resentment is something. I'm going to put these two together. There we go. Resentments, we can sit and hold grudges on people, and we could, resentment, it's the word. Resentments. Either move on in the flow, or you're sitting there. Holding on to them only poisons you. Like if certain things in your life happened, took place, some deep, deep shit. It's time to get real right now. If some deep, deep shit took place in your life, and today you're holding resentments towards God or people, then who's wrong? Because the choice, I'm not judging, because the choices that we made back there and the actions that we did led us to where we ended up at. I want to be careful how I